Hello guys, my name is 711 and welcome to week 3 of the Pokemon Battle Association Season 9. This week we are battling my good friend Corey. Corey was the PBA season champ of Season 8 and it's really fun battling him. He's a very good player and he also sniped a Pokemon that I really wanted to draft, and it is Milotic. And not only is it a poke in the eye that he sniped Milotic from me, but also now he gets to use it against me, and I really don't have a whole lot of options against Milotic, especially a physically bulky Milotic. Also, something I should note is that one of the coaches actually dropped out, and my buddy Noah came back into the PBA, and Noah did a whole lot of changes to his draft. He actually dropped Tapu Koko and he dropped Halucha, and as it turns out, Thunderous Yachi is the same points worth value as Tapu Koko, and Conkeldurr is the same point value as Halucha. So I'm going to trade. So I decided to drop Thunderous for Tapu Koko, and I decided to drop Conkeldurr for Halucha. Halucha did not come. I felt that Milotic and what's that thing? Donphan. I think those two Pokemon really walled it pretty well, and Sneasel can always hit pretty darn hard anyway with Ice Shard, even with +1 defense from the Electric Seed. So there's that. I do like this team better now, but still I don't have a whole lot for Milotic. And by the way, Coco is a Z user, just so you know, along with Metagross and Necrozma. So this is the team here, guys. Corey is bringing a Charizard X with Sylveon and Scarf Jirachi, so he has an excellent Dragon Fairy Steel Core. And of course, Donphan is always strong, and Sneasel kind of fits on pretty much any team. So let's get into this battle. So I am going to lead with Garfield, as here is that thing. So here's Garfield. I'm going to go for a Nasty Plot. I'm a Nasty Plot Technician set, and still that is doing next to nothing to Sylveon. So this is a very bulky Sylveon, and I go into Steven the Mega Metagross here. Now, obviously, Milotic can come in for free. I go for Earthquake because it is what it is. Thunder Punch from Thunder Punch onto Milotic actually doesn't do all that much, even in the electric terrain. So I go into Katrina here. It turns out that Milotic actually pretty much walls Metagross. So that's really annoying for me. So anytime that Milotic is in on Metagross, Milotic forces me to switch out, and therefore Toxic on Milotic is a very good bring. And so I decide to just break some walls, just attempt to break some walls with Katrina here. At +1, Katrina actually does a lot of damage to this special Sylveon, but then not only does he break through Confusion here, but then gets a critical hit, and that was really annoying because another Hurricane on anything would have been really nice. So I really wanted to predict the Donphan switch. I felt it was a little too obvious, so I went for Thunderbolt. Should have went for Nature's Madness. So here's a Stealth Rock here. So I go for a knockoff here. And there goes the Flame Orb. Bronson is really not all that well equipped to handle Calypso. And so I go into Steven predicting a Toxic, but he goes for Recover instead. So that's kind of annoying. And now Steven gets to switch out again. I go into Blackhawk here, and I have to take a Scald. I should have gone into Blackhawk anyway, or, a turn earlier. I really wasn't playing my best here. So now Blackhawk gets to go for Nature's Madness because I knew that it wasn't going to stay in. I knew that my Milotic wasn't going to stay in. And so at this point, I decided to go for the Z Bloom Doom, Z Grass Knot, because since I saw the leftovers, like the only way that Donphan would be able to live that Z Grass Knot was with like Careful Nature and Assault Vest. I saw the leftovers and I knew that a Grass Knot was not going to... I saw that Donphan was not going to live a Grass Knot. If Donphan does not live a Grass Knot, then I may as well go Z-move in case he switches into something. So, there you go. Donphan goes down. And now here comes this thing. I know that it's Scarfed. I decided to sack Garfield to the Stealth Rock here, as there is an Iron Head. So I go into Steven. I know that Steven does wall this thing, and I click Pursuit here. So finally, Steven lands a move this season. If you remember in my last game, Steven missed a Zen Headbutt on Circuitry, which more or less lost me the game. So, Steven is in here against Calypso. I get to switch here as my Milotic goes for Toxic. And this is my opportunity to set Stealth Rock, because 2 Pokemon on his team do not appreciate Stealth Rock whatsoever. And at this point, I'm basically going to let Bronson go down here. And as you can see, I really don't have much for Calypso. I'm sacking Bronson here in order to get Tapu Koko in. Unfortunately, Tapu Koko is pretty weak at this point. It took a Scald, it got a Burn, and there's Stealth Rock. So if only I brought in Blackhawk sooner, it wouldn't have taken a Scald, and it wouldn't have gotten burned, and Blackhawk would have been much, much stronger. Now, I still don't understand why I clicked U-turn. I really don't know why I clicked U-turn. Clicking Thunderbolt is 100% the better play. But anyway, I miss a Meteor Mash. I'm like, Steven, get your act together. You have one more chance to kill this Sylveon here. And I miss again. And so, it is definitely arguable whether or not this thing, whether or not like those 2 misses mattered, but it definitely matters for differential. So Sylveon goes for Protect, and Blackhawk dies to the burn from Milotic. And my last Pokemon is Zygarde, and Zygarde is going to click Dragon Dance, and hopefully I can sweep. If maybe if I can live a Hyper Voice, which I do, maybe I can beat the Sylveon and then bop the Charizard, bop the everything else. But Sylveon lives. But it turns out that my Milotic is still very healthy enough in order to 1v1 Zygarde, and Choice Scarf Jirachi is faster anyway. So that is the game. I end up losing 5-0. I did not play my best. I thought my prep was okay. But, as you can see, guys, Corey does have a pretty good matchup against my team. My Milotic does wall pretty much all of my physical attackers. Tapu Koko, I was not able to preserve that. And I felt that Koko was really a key player in this match. If Koko was able to put in more work than my physical attackers, Metagross and Zygarde could have put in more work, but I did not play well on that part, and that's how I lost. So good game to Corey, and have fun in the rest of the season. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, then like this video, comment on this video, share it with your friends, and click subscribe if you haven't already. And on that note, guys, I will see you all later. Peace.